What it really means to join Fear? The young. Every player dreams about joining an organization, wearing a tag, representing a name, being part of something bigger than yourself, but very few people understand what it really means. Because joining Fear the Young is not just about adding 3 letters before your name. It's not just about having a logo next to your nickname. It's about making a commitment to improve, to learn, to accept criticism, and to keep working even when nobody is watching. When we created Fear the Young, the idea was never just to collect players. Of course, competitive results matter, performance matters, consistency matters. If you want to compete at a high level, those things are necessary. But we also believe there's something that comes before results. The mentality. Because every great player was once an unknown player, nobody starts at the top. Every player has a journey. And that's why inside Fear the Young, we don't only look at where someone is today, we also look at where that person can go tomorrow. We want players who are willing to grow, players who want to improve, players who are hungry to become better every single day. That's the reason we created different paths inside the organization, the academy, and the main team. The main team represents the highest competitive level inside Fear the Young. It is made for players who have already shown their level through their performances, their consistency, and their mentality. But the academy has a different purpose. The academy is where players can develop, where talent can grow, where someone with potential can have the opportunity to improve and prove themselves. For us, an academy is not a second option. It's one of the most important parts of building something that can last. Because without development, there's no future. Of course, being part of Fear the Young also means having standards. Not because we want to close doors, but because if you want to build something serious, you need an environment where everyone pushes each other to improve. Competitive Fortnite is constantly evolving. The level keeps increasing, and every player has to keep improving with it. Sometimes a player may not be ready today. Maybe the results are not there yet. Maybe the experience is missing. Maybe there are areas that need improvement, and that's completely normal. A no today does not mean a no forever. Improvement is always possible. If someone works harder, gets better results, and comes back stronger, we will notice, because we don't only look at where someone starts, we look at the progress they make. Another important thing inside Fear the Young is that opportunities are earned. There are no shortcuts. There are no favorites. Every player has to prove themselves, because skill is important, but mentality, dedication, and attitude are what separate players in the long run. When someone joins FTY, they're not joining just to have a name next to their nickname. They're joining a community of people who want to improve. Whenever possible, we want to help our members grow. Through feedback, through analysis, through conversations about mistakes and decisions. Because improving is not only about playing more, it's about understanding more, learning from your mistakes, and finding ways to become better every single day. But growth is not only about what happens inside the game. Today, being a competitive player also means building yourself outside the game. Your identity, your content, your presence. That's why we believe players should have the opportunity to grow, not only as competitors, but also as individuals. Because Fear the Young is not only about finding good players, it's about helping people become better versions of themselves. At the end of the day, our goal is simple. We want to create an environment where players can improve, compete, and grow, a place where someone with ambition can start their journey, and maybe one day reach levels they never thought were possible, because when someone joins Fear the Young, we don't want them to depend on the organization, we want them to become stronger because of it. And if a player works hard, improves, and reaches a bigger stage, that is not a loss. That is proof that the mission worked. This is what Fear the Young means. Not just a tag, not just a team, but a place built around improvement, ambition, and the desire to become better. Thank you for watching episode 2. In the next episode, we will go behind the scenes of Fear the Young, the work that happens away from the game, the website, the visuals, the community, and everything that people don't see when they only look at the final result. See you in episode 3.
On my feet, it's a pop party.